Good evening. I'm hoping that the lighting's not too bad in here. A bit of sort of off-kilter filming, I suppose, for me. I just thought I would grab the camera and do a bit of filming while I'm here on my own. We're in the holiday cottage, so this is entitled Cooking for Nick's Parents in a Kitchen That I'm Not Used To, with cooking materials that I'm not used to, and hopefully not making a complete hash of it. So I'm cooking a traditional, well, yeah, semi-traditional, I suppose, English meal, which is cottage pie, which is basically minced beef and onion, which I'm currently frying, and I shall show you that. So this is the minced beef on the stove, and this is about a pound of beef, lean beef. Obviously I've just started to fry the onions. The onions are just chopped up very finely. Hopefully you can see that okay. And I just started those off in a little oil. I'm trying to mash up the lumps so you don't get any lumpy bits of beef mince in there. And as I said, this is beef mince, and I'm just rendering this down a bit, getting a bit of colour on it. I shall then drain off some of this fat, because obviously there was a little bit of fat in there to start with, a little bit of oil in there to start with. It's actually olive oil that I'm using, which is this one. So it's just, hopefully that's coming out okay, just ordinary olive oil. And then I've got beef stock to put in it. These are the little beef stock. I have to be a bit careful because I'm gluten intolerant, and a lot of beef stock pot, you know, cubes. What do I want to say? Beef stock cubes, you know, the sort of thing I mean. A lot of them contain wheat when you actually have a look at the back of them. So basically, yeah, so getting back to the story, Nick is away for overnight. He's picking up his parents. Took my mum home today, staying overnight with his parents, and then coming back tomorrow. So today is Friday, I think it's the 25th of September, and then Nick will drive back tomorrow with his parents. He should be back about lunchtime, maybe a bit later, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we'll see. He's going to give me a ring when they're leaving. And when they get in, obviously they'd like a hot meal, so I thought I'd do a cottage pie, which, as I said, is the minced beef, which I'm currently cooking. Sorry, that's my saucepan coming to the boil. Take this off. I'm just going to put some carrots in, which I've already just chopped up. So let me just chuck those in. Right, so that's the carrots in the saucepan. Just going to pop the lid back on. Turn that down a little bit. Hold on, which one's which? This is when you know, using a cooker that you're not used to. The only dish I could find was this one. Really, I would have liked it to be in about that much deeper and about that much narrower, so that it was more sort of rectangular, but I mean this will do. That's the sort of depth of it. So the minced beef, carrots, and the minced beef, onions and carrots will go in the bottom. And I wish this was a alcoholic drink. Unfortunately it isn't, it's just apple juice. It's really, really hot in this kitchen. And then I'm just putting good old tin peas in it, because I haven't got any fresh peas, and there's no freezer here, so I haven't got any frozen peas. And these are the potatoes just cooling. And those I'm going to mince. And again, all the saucepans are a bit on the small side. I could do, these are the ones I've already washed up. I am being very good. I am washing up as I go along. I do a very quick tour. It's a bit dark to look out on the garden, but this is the back garden. This obviously is the kitchen. Everything's built in, so you've got a fridge here, but sadly no freezer. And this is a washing machine. Over here, dishwasher, which we never use. I know, shock horror, we like washing up. You've got just a cupboard under the sink with your bins in. These have got various sort of pans in, you know, serving dishes, but as I said, all either huge or really, really weeny. Cooker, and I'm sorry about the noise, but that's the hood going. That's the rest of the kitchen. Then we've got a little dining area here, and that's the lounge down here. Little telly, little Flossie sitting on the sofa. Hello, Floss. Yeah, it's a bit dark up this end, I'm afraid. I haven't put many lights on. I'm having a subtle lighting evening on my own. So, yeah, so the joys of cooking in a kitchen that you're not used to, unfamiliar with. trying to cook a meal for Nick's parents, which is always daunting. If you've ever tried to cook for your in-laws, you're always kind of worried because you think your mother-in-law is going to criticise you for your cooking. And I'm just doing a very basic meal, and basically we're going to have cabbage with it, which is here, which I'm going to cut up in a minute, and hopefully get it all ready tonight. And then I'm probably going to stick a bit of cheese on top. But there's a quick impromptu video of me trying to cook a meal, feeling a bit stressed, hot and bothered. Wish I had an alcoholic drink, which I don't, sticking with apple juice. And I'll do a quick film when it's all put together so you can see what it looks like. See you later. So these are the carrots. These were fresh carrots that I actually cooked myself. Let me just get a spoon. And these are the tinned peas. I know I've cheated a little bit. So they've just gone in the bottom of the dish, and I'll mix them in with the mince in a second. So this is the mince now. I've added the stock pot, and I've also added a little bit of corn flour just to thicken it. Again, because I'm gluten intolerant, I have to use corn flour. I'm just trying to debate whether that's actually thick enough or whether it needs a little bit more corn flour in it to make it a little bit thicker. But that's cooking nicely, and it does really smell nice actually, I have to say myself. So that's just cooking nicely. And there's the corn flour again. It's just a Tesco one that I'm adding, and you just add it in a cup with some cold water, mix it in as a paste, and then just pour it in. That looks pretty good actually. This consistency is pretty thick. You don't want it too thick, but on the other hand, you want a good gravy. And I only actually ended up using one of the stock pots, so I'll just put it back in the cupboard. This is the rich beef one. I only actually used one of the little, I'll show you what they look like actually. They're a bit fiddly to get out. They're like a sort of jelly in there, and you just sort of tip them out. Normally what I find is you have to sort of just warm the bottom a little bit, and so you can get it out a bit easier. And I always worry about the salt content, so I've only put one in. That seems to be enough. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll finish assembling it now. So there we go, I've added the mince, and that's what it looks like when I've given it a stir. And my potatoes, I think, are fairly cool. Again, because the lack of large saucepans, I'm probably going to have to mash them in batches. Let me just move this out of the way. As you can see, the washing up is piling up again. I've already been doing a load of washing up as I went along. So this is the biggest saucepan I can find, which is not very big. So I'm just going to transfer some of these potatoes into here, mash them up, and then just start to add it on top, obviously all the way round, and then I'll probably put a bit of grated cheese on. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Voila! There we go. One cottage pie all ready for the oven. So we've just got ordinary mash, which has just got butter and milk in it. A little bit of grated cheese, that's extra mature English cheddar on the top there. Just about an ounce, not a huge amount, but just a little bit to give it a bit of extra flavour. And sort of tomato that was just too squidgy really, so just a little bit of decoration on top. And that's it, and then that'll go in the oven for about 35-40 minutes, a fairly hot oven tomorrow. And as I said, I'll be serving it with a bit of cabbage, and the kitchen looks like a bomb's hit it. I've got all this washing up to do, and all this rubbish to take out, but there you go, and it's late. But I've finished it, and at least tomorrow I'll wake up and know that it's all done. So, there we go. I'm feeling a bit stressed, I'm a bit hot and bothered. I'm going to wash up now, and then I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.